Have you ever wondered what really happens to your blood vessels if you eat 4 eggs every single day? Eggs have been a breakfast staple for generations. But for seniors, there's a lot of debate about whether this habit helps or harms your health, especially when it comes to your heart and your blood vessels. And lately, many cardiology experts have pointed out that the effects of daily egg consumption may be more nuanced than we once believed, especially for older adults. In this video, we're going to uncover the 6 key changes that can take place in your body when you eat 4 eggs a day. Some of these effects may surprise you, and a few could even make you rethink your morning routine. Stay tuned until the end because what you learn today could help you make smarter, safer choices about your health and give you the confidence to enjoy your meals without worry or confusion. Now, let's get started. Number 1, cholesterol levels may shift dramatically. One of the first things that happens when you start eating 4 eggs every day is a change in your cholesterol profile. Eggs, as most folks know, are one of the richest sources of dietary cholesterol out there. For years, doctors warned us that eating eggs would send your cholesterol numbers sky high. But recent research has shown the story is much more complex, especially for people over 60. When you eat 4 eggs a day, your body takes in quite a bit of cholesterol, almost as much as most health authorities recommend for an entire day. For many seniors, this extra cholesterol can cause blood cholesterol levels to go up, especially if you're already sensitive to dietary cholesterol. But here's the twist. For a good number of older adults, the body adapts by making less cholesterol on its own, which can balance things out. Some people see only a mild rise in their cholesterol, while others notice a more significant jump, especially in LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol. Let me tell you about my friend Jack, 75 years old, who always started his mornings with a hearty plate of eggs. After a few months of eating 4 every day, his blood test showed a bump in his LDL cholesterol. His doctor recommended cutting back to 2 eggs and adding more fiber-rich foods to his plate like oatmeal and berries. Within weeks, Jack's numbers settled down, and he felt just as satisfied at breakfast. Still, for others, eating 4 eggs daily can also boost HDL cholesterol, the good kind that helps clear out the arteries. That means eggs can have both positive and negative effects depending on your personal health, your genes, and what else is on your plate. The bottom line is eating 4 eggs a day doesn't guarantee your cholesterol will go up. But for many seniors, especially those with heart issues or a history of high cholesterol, it's smart to get your levels checked regularly and work with your doctor to find the right balance for you. Don't let old myths scare you, but don't ignore real changes either. Your heart and blood vessels deserve careful attention, and a few small tweaks can make a big difference. Number 2, blood vessel flexibility can be affected. When you eat 4 eggs a day, it's not just cholesterol numbers that shift. Your blood vessels themselves may start to respond in ways most people never expect. Blood vessel flexibility, also known as endothelial function, is one of the most important factors in keeping your heart and brain healthy as you age. Flexible vessels help your blood flow smoothly, reduce the risk of clots, and help your body respond to changes in blood pressure. Some studies have found that eating a moderate amount of eggs can actually improve blood vessel flexibility in healthy older adults thanks to nutrients like choline, lutein, and xanthan found in egg yolks. These nutrients can help fight inflammation and support the cells that line your arteries, keeping them strong and resilient. For certain people, this means eggs can actually help protect against stiffening of the arteries, a key risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. But here's the catch for folks who already have risk factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, or a long history of high cholesterol. Eating a large number of eggs may work against you. When cholesterol levels rise too high, your blood vessels can start to stiffen, and that makes it harder for blood to flow freely to your brain, your heart, and your legs. Some researchers have suggested that in certain cases, the cholesterol and saturated fat in eggs can contribute to artery hardening, especially if the rest of your diet is low in fiber and high in processed foods. Take the example of Linda, age 68, who loved making omelets for breakfast every morning. She felt fine at first, but after adding more eggs to her routine, her doctor noticed her blood pressure creeping up. A few simple changes, more vegetables, fewer eggs, and regular walks helped bring her numbers back into a healthy range and gave her peace of mind. Eggs can be part of a healthy diet, but when eaten in large amounts every single day, they can tip the balance, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, or 80s. Your blood vessels are the highways of your body. Take care of them. Listen to their signals, and don't be afraid to make adjustments when you need to. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, inflammation responses may fluctuate. Eating 4 eggs a day can stir up a lot of conversation at the breakfast table. But what most folks don't realize is how this habit can quietly affect inflammation throughout your blood vessels. Inflammation is the body's natural defense system. But when it lingers too long, it can turn from protector to troublemaker, making arteries stiffer, blood flow slower, and raising the risk for heart problems down the road. Eggs themselves are packed with nutrients like vitamin D, selenium, and certain antioxidants that can help the body fight off damaging inflammation. In many healthy older adults, these nutrients provide real benefits, supporting immune health and possibly lowering chronic inflammation levels in the blood vessels. For some seniors, adding eggs to the diet can be a net positive, especially if the rest of their meals are full of fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. However, there's another side to the story. The yolk of an egg contains arachidonic acid, a substance that the body can turn into both pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory molecules. For people who are already dealing with inflammatory conditions like arthritis, metabolic syndrome, or ongoing heart issues, eating several eggs every day can tip the scales toward more inflammation rather than less. This is especially true if those eggs are often cooked with lots of butter, cheese, or bacon, which bring their own share of inflammatory compounds. Let me introduce you to a neighbor of mine, Martha, who's 81. She prided herself on eating clean. But after switching to 4 eggs a day as part of a popular diet, she noticed her joints act more and her morning stiffness lasted longer. After a chat with her doctor and a few changes, like swapping out some eggs for oatmeal and berries, her inflammation levels improved and her energy returned. Inflammation is one of those things you can't see or feel until it starts to get in the way of your daily life. Eating 4 eggs daily may be just fine for some, but for others it can quietly stoke the fires of inflammation and make blood vessels less forgiving. The best approach is to listen to your body, get your blood work checked regularly, and don't ignore new aches, pains, or changes in how you feel. A little awareness goes a long way, and keeping your blood vessels healthy and resilient as the years roll on. Number 4, blood sugar and insulin sensitivity can change. Eating 4 eggs every day has a more subtle effect on your blood sugar and insulin sensitivity than most people realize. And for seniors, these changes can make a real difference in overall vascular health. Eggs by themselves have almost no sugar and are very low in carbohydrates, which is why so many folks on low-carb or diabetic diets lean on them for breakfast. But the story doesn't end there. What happens inside your blood vessels is shaped by more than just what's on your plate. Some research has shown that a moderate intake of eggs, especially when paired with plenty of vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains, may actually help stabilize blood sugar in older adults. Proteins and healthy fats and eggs can slow down digestion, preventing big swings in blood glucose. For people with prediabetes or mild insulin resistance, this can be a positive, helping the body avoid those crashes that lead to sudden hunger, weakness, or lightheadedness. When blood sugar levels are steady, blood vessels experience less stress, and this helps protect against long-term damage. But here's where it gets complicated. If you already have diabetes or significant insulin resistance, eating 4 eggs a day, especially alongside lots of fatty meats, cheeses, or processed foods, can create an environment where insulin doesn't work as well. Some studies suggest that very high egg consumption may be linked to a greater risk of type 2 diabetes, though the science isn't fully settled. High-fat diets can sometimes reduce insulin sensitivity, making it harder for the body to clear sugar from the blood. Over time, that can lead to stiffer blood vessels, more plaque buildup, and a greater risk of complications like stroke or heart disease. There's also the question of portion size and balance. Take Paul, a 70-year-old who started eating 4 eggs a day as part of a Get Healthy Quick plan he saw online. At first, he felt more full in the mornings and lost a few pounds. But after a few months, his doctor noticed his fasting blood sugar was slowly creeping up, and his A1C, the number that tracks long-term blood sugar control, wasn't as low as before. By scaling back on the eggs, adding in more greens and beans, and walking after meals, Paul found his numbers improved, and he felt more energized throughout the day. If you're eating eggs every day, it's important to keep an eye on how your body responds, especially if you're managing blood sugar or insulin-related health issues. Balance is key, and combining eggs with fiber-rich foods, lean proteins, and regular movement can help keep your blood vessels flexible and your energy steady. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5, the impact on blood pressure and sodium balance. Eating 4 eggs a day might not sound like much, but when it becomes a daily habit, especially in older adults, it can have subtle effects on your blood pressure and the way your body handles sodium. Most people don't think of eggs as salty, and by themselves, they're fairly low in sodium. But here's where daily habits make a difference. It's often what we add to our eggs, salt, cheese, cured meats, or buttery toast, that tips the balance and quietly influences our blood vessels. For seniors, high blood pressure is one of the most important risk factors for heart attack, stroke, and damage to the tiny blood vessels in the eyes, kidneys, and brain. Consuming 4 eggs a day, especially if each one is topped with a pinch of salt or served with bacon or sausage, can turn breakfast into a sodium-rich meal, pushing your daily intake higher than you might realize. Over time, that extra sodium can stiffen blood vessels, increase fluid retention, and force your heart to work harder. But there's more. Some research suggests that eggs themselves contain nutrients like potassium and certain peptides that might help relax blood vessels and balance out some of sodium's negative effects. In healthy older adults who don't overdo the salt and pair their eggs with plenty of vegetables and whole grains, these positive effects may win out. However, for those already struggling with high blood pressure, kidney concerns, or who regularly eat processed or salty foods, the combination of 4 eggs a day and added sodium can quietly tip the scales in the wrong direction. Let's look at Tom, a 73-year-old who loved making scrambled eggs every morning. He rarely measured the salt, enjoyed his eggs with ham, and sometimes added a slice of cheddar. After a routine checkup, his doctor noticed his blood pressure had crept up. With a few changes, using herbs instead of salt, adding more greens, and scaling back on cured meats, Tom's blood pressure improved, and he felt lighter and more energetic. The lesson here isn't to fear eggs themselves, but to be mindful of the bigger picture. If you eat 4 eggs a day, watch what you add, keep an eye on your salt intake, and balance your meals with foods that support your heart and blood vessels. For seniors, these small adjustments can make all the difference between a meal that energizes you and one that quietly adds risk. Number 6, nutrient absorption and vascular protection. Eating 4 eggs a day doesn't just impact cholesterol or blood pressure. It can also change the way your body absorbs vital nutrients that help keep your blood vessels healthy. Eggs are one of nature's best sources of essential nutrients like choline, lutein, zein, vitamin D, and high-quality protein. These nutrients work together to support strong blood vessel walls, fight oxidative stress, and protect your heart and brain as you age. For many seniors, chain is particularly important. This nutrient helps repair cell membranes and is essential for the nerves that control blood vessel function. Lutein and zeaxanthin are powerful antioxidants that are stored in the blood vessels and eyes, where they help reduce inflammation and block the kind of damage that leads to plaque buildup and stiffening of the arteries. Vitamin D is linked to lower risk of vascular disease. And the high-quality protein in eggs helps maintain muscle mass, which indirectly supports overall circulation. But eating 4 eggs every day can also come with some trade-offs. If eggs make up a large portion of your meals, you may crowd out other foods like colorful fruits, leafy greens, beans, or whole grains that deliver other antioxidants, fibers, and heart-healthy nutrients. A diet too focused on one food, no matter how nutritious, can leave your blood vessels missing out on the full range of protective compounds your body needs. Take the story of Janice, 67, who fell in love with eggs after nutrition seminar and started eating 4 each day. She noticed her energy improved and her vision seemed sharper. But after a few months, she realized her diet had become a bit monotonous and her digestion was slowing down. With help from her doctor, Janice started mixing in more variety, adding a fruit salad or a bowl of oatmeal to her breakfast routine. The extra fiber, vitamins, and minerals gave her an even bigger boost, and her blood test showed improvements in cholesterol and inflammation. The key for seniors is balance. Eggs can play a powerful role in supporting your blood vessels, delivering nutrients that protect and repair as you age. But don't let one food crowd out all the others. By pairing eggs with a colorful, diverse diet, you'll give your body the full arsenal it needs to keep your blood vessels resilient and your energy strong, no matter how many birthdays you've celebrated. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you've gained a clearer understanding of what happens to your blood vessels when you eat 4 eggs every day. Which of these 6 changes surprised you the most? Did a story or example remind you of your own habits or inspire you to take a closer look at your breakfast routine? The truth is, eggs can be a powerful part of a healthy diet for seniors. But like anything else, it's all about balance, variety, and paying attention to the signals your body gives you. The most important lesson is that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. What helps one person feel stronger and more energetic might be too much for someone else, especially as we get older and our bodies change. Listen to your doctor, get your blood work checked, and stay open to making adjustments as needed. Remember, your health is a journey, and you have the power to steer it in the right direction with a few thoughtful choices each day. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.